right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter. We got KG in the house as well. We also have our good friend, too, Dr. Jeff Pierce, a medical director at the Michigan Sports and Spine Centers. And, Doc, it's good that we get a chance to catch up with you. And D-Mac wants to talk about getting old and stuff like that, which we can all relate to. But I want to talk about the Red Wings stuff. You were there. You were in the building. You know the electricity. What did the Red Wings have to do? I want to talk about regeneration because they went through an emotional time. You were there in the building. You know the emotion that was in that building.
Oh, yeah.
To deplete your reserves, to play an NHL hockey game, an all-in NHL hockey game. And look, hydration when you fly is already kind of a tougher issue. What was that time for that 3 hours after the game like for the Red Wings? Were they doing anything differently, or was everything the same?
Yeah, I mean, they've played back-to-backs before. I mean, the emotional part will help them, right? Because if you go through a game like that and you lose, you're drained, right? We've talked about the adrenaline rush. We've talked about cortisols. We call all those levels get you through the next level. I mean, by them winning is way more positive for them to recover than if they were losing, because you have, there's emotional chemicals in your body that you're dealing with. They're not dealing with that. As far as what they're doing, they should have a routine. These guys are professionals. They got a bunch of trainers, a bunch of people helping them to get recovered. You're talking more about what's the quick recovery. The quick recovery, whatever their juices, whatever they're going to eat. We talked about the Masters, the guys going on, I think it was Saturday. They had, not to switch over to golf that quick because, I want to get to Tiger today. But same kind of thing. What are you going to do? I'm going to do my power bar. I'm going to do that special juice. I got a special sauce. Guys that are hurting. Guys, somehow injuries don't appear when you're in this period of time, especially with hockey players. That's what I'm not dissing anyone else, but I like hockey players, how they have a mental capacity of blocking stuff out to no other level of, most of them I can say as a whole, I think it's because they get their head hit so many times, they don't know the difference. But the point is that they're gonna do it. I don't see that as a factor. If they go into overtime again, will they be okay? These guys will play until they're done, right? Then they deal with it. That was the thing with all the Red Wing years that I was involved. You would hear, that's not when you had to report your injuries. You had to do all that. We kept everything quiet. I mean, how many injuries popped up the day the season was over for the Red Wings? I mean, they wouldn't talk to the doctors. They wouldn't talk to the trainers. By the way, I can't
There's one injury, right? So to Doc's point, okay, so if I'm nursing a groin where everybody knows or whatever, it's a groin, then I do my back physical. Oh, you got a tear in your you got a broken finger. You got about 5 different things that you need to get maintenance that you weren't even worried about. It was like all that stuff, and guys won't, like half the time guys won't say anything. It's not like the trainers know
more than half the time
till the end, till when
right.
Is it? It's at the outgoing physicals where it's like, yeah, doc, my knee, dude.
Put me back together.
Yeah, pretty much, like that. My question too, and you brought up a great point, and this is what I'm hoping to capitalize on. You brought up the point that going off the adrenaline and winning last night, it's business as usual for the Red Wings. Whatever it is, everybody's on point because of what this game means as far as getting all your fluids and nutrition and all that stuff, like the Wings. On the other hand, like Montreal being the last game of the year and not being in it or whatever, I mean, that's one of those things that you get on the plane last night and maybe it's like, you're going to have, instead of that power drink, you're going to have a couple more beers, and not do whatever, right? Like that is
I'd be very surprised
too.
Like he's saying, the Canadians are making more about what I'm doing on this weekend because they know their season's over versus the Red Wings. I mean, they're not so like taking the extra time or being extra careful with their body. They're going to show up, play the game, do the best they can because they're professionals, but they're not playing for anything. I was impressed with them yesterday.
Yeah.
Playing,
But that's why they got a lot of young guys in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at like the first game, Lane Hudson, a defenseman playing his first NHL game. Different guys like that. You look at guys on the score sheet, younger guys who have to prove something, right? Which is different. But as far as, hopefully, the adrenaline from last night's game works negatively because it also to the losing team. Correct.
Right. So I'd be surprised if we don't take care of tonight. I'm more worried about Washington and them winning. But overall, for the Red Wing purpose, to answer your question, the rehydration, all that, they should have a routine. I know the nutrition.
And it doesn't change at all, I guess.
It doesn't. It probably goes up a little bit because of the short turnaround and the adrenaline. The adrenaline's a positive. They're in a positive state of mind. We're doing it. We got. We've done well in the last couple of days. We're right there. We're right where we want to be. Nobody's put their foot on our throat yet. Type of attitude, and I'd be surprised if they don't do well. And the Canadians. I think the opposite mental effect are going to be with them. Do they play for nothing to lose? Yeah, maybe. But
Dr. Pierce, they're like Big D energy on 1250 on a Friday. Like let's just get to 1 o'clock and be done for the week, right? You can say it that way.
I hope they are. I hope they got a big team party tonight. Like I said.
Yeah, I think the point is screw. Maybe I will have an extra beer. Maybe I'll sleep an extra hour. I'm not going to the trainer. Where our guys should be trainer. Post game cool downs, their dynamic warm ups. Everything should be in place. These guys should be head focused, locked in. Where Montreal may be, worrying about what they're doing this weekend.
All right, Dr. Pierce, talking to Dr. Jeff Pierce here, the medical director of Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Dayjuice in the Woodward Sports chat says, I strained 2 back muscles golfing last week. Stretch, people, which I do want to take that to the Tiger Woods.
We really got that text?
100%, yeah.
Oh, my God. It's like set up. It's perfect.
No, absolutely. Hey, our audience is great. We have the best audience here at Woodward. There is no doubt. But I did want to bring up the Tiger Woods thing because I saw a whole lot of and look, social media is not the best place to get your data or gather your opinions or anything like that. However, it seems as though the people that we're talking about Tiger, right, who's 48, I believe right now,
right,
made the cut. So, you get what you deserve in golf. He made the cut. He deserved to have made the cut. That's the way that it works. But with all that being said, I was surprised by the amount of Tiger kind of pushback about the whole, it all fell apart. He's 48. It's over. Stuff like that. I mean, give me your take on that, Dr. Pierce.
I don't follow Tiger haters. Do you look at a career and say it should end properly? Talk about Tom Brady. You end on top, leave on top. Tiger could be accused of that a little bit, but give him a break. I mean, the guy hasn't competed in how long? He hasn't gone the fatigue. And walking the Masters, Augusta, is one of the hardest courses to walk and deal with. There's a reason why it's known that way. His body, every part of his body hurts. This guy's doing unbelievable training. To be there and to compete with the young boys, was it respectful? What was he, plus 16?
Doesn't matter. Here's the whole thing.
He finished.
He did everything.
The wheels came off for a lot of guys.
He did everything in his power with the weather conditions to continue. He broke a record, right? 20, what is it, 24?
25 or
24.
24. He's the all-time leader in most consecutive Masters cuts made. Tiger Woods not having played for almost a year to go out and have to walk, and with the rain delay have to play 24 holes on arguably one of the hardest walking courses on tour after coming out. He put everything into making the cut. Then he just ran into it. He's done when he says he's done. I mean, I can't wait till he's 50 and he decides to go play the senior tour and just decides to break all Hale Irwin's.
No, and yes,
I don't
go
think
down.
He should be allowed to until he's 60. I think Tiger should have a little an asterisk there. You can't go until you're 60.
I want to see him absolutely just dominate again on the senior tour like he did before. But yeah, I mean the weather conditions and everything else. It was the whole thing was him making the cut was the thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys that didn't make the cut that are way bigger names. I mean, put the hater on that.
No, but Doc, Let's Go Red Wings Sparty says Tiger just looks like he's in pain all the time now. And then look, Tiger made the cut. That's in golf. Nobody in golf gets anything guaranteed. You earn every single thing you've ever gotten, and everything resets week to week. So, I mean, for me, he made the cut. So, what are you going to say to that? But it does. I mean, and again, you're not his doctor, so you don't know, but you have an educated kind of opinion on it. I mean, where do you think he's at physically right now?
Physically, like that person of the chat room said, it looks like he's in pain. It does look like he's struggling. He's getting through. I forget what tournament he was. We found out after he had a torn meniscus and he still won the tournament. This guy has a mental capacity that's very few. Yeah. Hockey-like. Very few have, where the focus is locked in. I'll deal with the rest when I'm done. And he's got a medical team that's second to none, I'm sure. But it looks like he's in discomfort. He hits something wrong. He hits it out. Like he was in bad places at the Masters. And those areas take a toll on you. When you don't have a free swing and you can use your normal mechanics, you got to do a little twist. You got to do a little put pressure on this part of your extremity, to get that shot done. He had to switch up. He didn't have simple mechanics working. And that'll play a role.
Yeah.
He's doing one tournament a month right now. Is that what he said?
Something like that.
Yeah. So he's going to recover. He's doing it for fun. He's doing it the way he wants to do it. Is he in pain? Absolutely. I think he would have liked to had the chance to sit down after day 2.
No doubt. And that's in Doc too, because that's the thing. You see him, Tiger Woods round 1, physically looks far different than Tiger Woods round 3. And it moves quickly.
To get into politics, it's almost like Obama day 1 versus Obama day when he exited. I mean, these guys
we don't do that on this show, Doc. No, but again, though, I mean, just going back to it, though, when you are 48 and your body has been through the grinds that his has, this is how it's going to go down. Tiger on hole 1, day 1 is far different than hole 18, day 3.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. That can lead into our weekend warriors. You're talking about recovery, right? You don't recover. You don't have the elasticity. You don't have the collagen. You don't have all that good, what we want to call PRP platelets, all that exosomes, all that for your natural, right? When they're 20 recovering, they're on speed. When you're 48, you're like, they're having a drink in between plays. There's just a different recovery pattern. Our science has improved greatly. What he's had, you're talking about the epitome, right? So Michigan Sports and Spine, that's what we try to give to our weekend warriors, is a little bit of what Tiger has without question. He's got the best medical team. He's got a nutritionist consultant, how you can recover, all that, we want to call it regenerative. There's words that there's peptides out there for him, but he definitely has a secret sauce that's going through. For our weekend warriors like you guys that want to talk about golf and back pain, which your other chat person was mentioning, back is a big strain. Getting into the season, the weather's good, the weather's bad. It's just like your lawn. Our weather was nice. All of a sudden, all these things bloomed up, and now it's cold. They're all going to die. Same thing with your body, right? You had a good, nice day. Well, shoot, we don't know if there's going to be a nice day tomorrow. I'm going to go golf today. I'm running a little late. I'm not warming up. I'm not cooling down. I didn't
correct, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, this is Michigan. It's not my first rodeo with the weekend warriors. But you got to be smarter. Educate. That's why we're doing shows like this, is to educate you, to take the time. It's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes before you get out there. Maybe look a little goofy doing the stretches.
He's talking to me right now, everybody, by the way. He's looking me dead in the eye, talking to me.
Mac, I can't. We already know what we're dealing with. But taking
like chalk, so I'm good.
A dynamic warm-up isn't considered taking 2 off the first tee, just for the record.
Oh, it's not?
No, that's not considered the dynamic warm-up.
It used to be. That's why
I get
when
upset.
you were 22, maybe that was your. But now that you're at your age, no. But on an honest note, it's not like you take a lot. The prevention is not a lot. If you're going to want to start playing, maybe we just make it March 1st. We don't know what weather's going to be, but I'm going to be prepared for that one sunny day in March or the 2 sunny days, and start thinking about mentally what's going on. I would love to say to everybody, you should have a routine every day. I don't care who you are or what's going on, how perfect your body is. You should have a routine that you do when you get out of bed for a physical activity. I know people have a routine. I wake up, I have my coffee, I go to the bathroom, I take my shower. If you could put a 10 to 20 minute routine of physical activity, respect your body, your life is going to be so much better. I'd like to say start it whenever, age 15. But if you call 25 that say you got to start thinking that way, respect your body from a nutritional standpoint, which we're doing, but a physical standpoint, lengthening of a muscle is very proactive, preventative. What does that mean? That means when you feel real tight or you just feel like I gotta walk a few steps before I get, your body's telling you you're starting to age, right? So having a stretching routine. Maybe we'll do a show where I get you guys stretching.
I would like that.
The
for
10,
real.
15-minute routine.
I would like that, actually.
That we're going to get a bed here, roll you into the bed, and then this is what you do to stretch for back. This is what you do for neck. You have shoulder issues. Just moving, going through the motion. Probably the best thing for any sport is going through the actual motion that you're going through, and then mimic other motions that will happen throughout. Like golf is one of the hardest because you're doing a rotational thing. Your neck's involved, your back's involved, your position is involved. With everything, you need to do something like that.
Well, Doc, as always, we certainly do appreciate the time. And Day Juice in the chat. Check them out, MichiganSportandSpine.com, by the way. So, Dr. Pierce, appreciate it. We'll chat again next Tuesday. Cool?
Cool. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Doc.
All right. Thanks
Go
a lot.
Red Wings.
There you go. Absolutely. The Doc has spoken.